Hello everyone, myself Amit. Today we will see how we can use GitHub MCP Server to do GitHub operations like create PR, create branches, repositories, and we will integrate GitHub MCP Server in Visual Studio Code IDE. So let's begin. So if you see this diagram, so this is depicting like what we are trying to do in this tutorial. So first of all, GitHub provides a GitHub MCP server. Okay, to access it, we need to do some authentication, like we can use a GitHub PAT token or auth token. Okay, so this is first step. After that, we need to install MCP client on our IDE. So we are using VS Code. So inside VS Code, we need to do the setup of MCP client for GitHub MCP server. Okay, so once this setup is there and we have set up GitHub Copilot in VS Code, then by using prompts, different LLM prompts, we can do the operations. So this GitHub MCP server provide different operations like creation of PR, creation of branches, repositories, and a lot of different operations related to GitHub. Okay, so this GitHub Copilot internally can use OpenAI and Anthropic. So different type of LLMs we can integrate in GitHub Copilot, and then we can do all these operations. So first of all, let's see documentation for GitHub MCP server. So this is official documentation from GitHub MCP server. Okay, so if you see here, so they have mentioned like what we can achieve using GitHub MCP server. So first of all, like GitHub MCP server connect AI tools directly to GitHub platform. Okay, and this agent like assist and chatbot ability to read repositories, code files, manage issues, PRs, analyze code, automate workflow. Okay, so these are the different use cases: repository management, issue and PR automation, CI/CD workflow, code analysis, and team collaboration. So okay, so after that, like they have given the steps how we can configure GitHub MCP server in our VS Code. Okay, so if you see here, so they have mentioned prerequisite. Okay, so compatible MCP host with the remote server. Okay, this is one. After that, like we can use different types of IDs, so where like this MCP server is supported, like GitHub Copilot in other IDs. Okay, we can use Cursor, Windsurf, and different type of different IDs. So we are using VS Code. So if you see here, JetBrain, VS Code, Visual Studio, Eclipse, Xcode. Okay, so all these platforms are there where we can integrate this MCP server. So there are two different types of authentication methods are there using OAuth and GitHub PAT. Okay, personal access token. So let's see how we can do the authentication part in VS Code. So first of all, we need to set up GitHub MCP server. Okay, for that, like easiest way is you should have VS Code installed on your machine and just click on this particular button. So it will give us all the steps that is required to do the connectivity with GitHub MCP server. So first of all, open this pop-up will come up. Okay, just click on open Visual Studio Code. Okay, so if you see, it will open VS Code locally and show this particular page. Okay, so here like install in workspace, just click on install. So once you click on install, this pop-up will come. Just this is asking for authentication. Okay, just click allow and it will take us on the login page. So for me it is showing directly here, but in your case it might show you a login page where you need to do the login in GitHub using your credential. So once that is done, this pop-up will come, this particular page will come where it will ask to do the integration of GitHub and VS Code. Okay, authorize VS Code. So just click on this. Okay, after that, like VS Code is requesting additional permission. So these are the permission that VS Code is asking for from GitHub. Okay, so just allow it. Okay, verify by email, and you need to provide the whatever the token sent to email ID. I am doing verification. So you can see like verification has been done and it is asking us to open. Okay, so once like a verification authentication is done, you can see like different tools here. You can click here and you can see now GitHub is also added as a tool. Okay, and these are the different actions or functions we can do on GitHub account. Okay, so add comment or assign Copilot issue, create pull request, create repository, delete file. So all these operations we can do by running commands, but idea here of using like GitHub MCP server is like we can write prompt to do all this operation, and GitHub Copilot will connect with the GitHub MCP server and do all these operations internally. Okay, so basically it is creating an agent. That agent have capability of doing operations on GitHub. So okay, so we are using GitHub Copilot, and these are the different LLMs. If you see here, like this is these are the different LLMs are there. So I can use any LLM, and I can use all these tools. Okay, so one of the tool is to communicate or do operations on GitHub. Okay, so these are the different operation. If any of the operation you don't want to allow to this particular agent or GitHub Copilot, you can uncheck that. Okay, so that GitHub Copilot would not be able to do it. So adding GitHub MCP server doesn't mean like we are allowing everything that LLM can do on our GitHub account. Okay, so basically we can uncheck, we can stop particular operation to be done by the GitHub Copilot. Okay, so this is the idea. If you see, like, a lot of things are there, we can write comment, okay, and merge request, pull request, or everything we can do here, and it is very useful. Okay, if we have like very huge repository, GitHub repository, and we are very busy doing lot of commands. Okay, so instead of finding the command, remembering the command, writing on terminal, and then troubleshooting if it is not working, instead of that we can use GitHub MCP server and write the prompt, and GitHub Copilot will use GitHub as a tool and do the operations behalf of us. Okay, so let's see few examples how we can use this particular GitHub MCP server in our GitHub Copilot. Let's do some few operations using GitHub MCP server. Okay, so first of all, like this is one small project I have created, okay, in Python, and I want this particular is not currently integrated with GitHub. Okay, so I want to push this code into GitHub. Okay, so for that, let's write a few prompt. Okay, so here, like, create a new private repository. We are doing we are creating a new repository in GitHub. Okay, in my account, so MCP demo. Okay, so in my account with the description demo for MCP capabilities. Okay, so let's run, let's see like what GitHub Copilot do with this prompt, whether it is able to create repository or not. Since I am using a free version of GitHub Copilot, it may take a little bit more time to provide the result. Okay, so if you see here, like based on our prompt, so it is able to communicate with the GitHub MCP server, and it is providing us like details like what it is going to do. Okay, good thing about all these like MCP servers and tools is that they are not doing everything directly. Okay, they wait for our approval, and then only they are doing this. Okay, so if you see here, like it is telling us like it is going to create a repository with this name and description. Okay, and this will be private and all these things. Okay, so let's make private false so that it will be public. Okay, so like this we can modify also if required anything, and then allow. We can click on allow, and what it will do, it will use the MCP server. Okay, using like MCP protocol, and communicate with my repo. Okay, my account. And so if you see here, like this is my repo, Amit's tech byte. Okay, my account. Inside that account, it able to create a new repository. Okay, without our manual intervention and running commands. Okay, if I click on this, so I would like to show you that thing. Okay, if you see here, so this particular repo got created. Okay, if you see here, it was created just now. If you see here, just now, readme file. Okay, so like this we can do lot of operations. Okay, so also I can type list all repo in my GitHub account. So that is also possible. So if you see here, GitHub Copilot able to successfully use MCP server as a tool, GitHub MCP server, and able to give list down all the repositories in my account, okay, in my GitHub account. So like this I can create okay. So based on our prompt, like it is giving us some like commands, ZSH command, terminal commands, and it is asking us to create this branch locally and do the commit and all those operations. Okay, first of all we need to do this, and after that it is going to run this command, git remote add and then git push. Okay, so let's see whether it is able to do that operation or not. Okay, so I think this operation is done. Let's verify in our remote repo. Okay, so once I click on this, if you see here, so we can see feature branch is also present, okay, with all our comments. So if you see here, like a lot of comments, whatever files is present, all those files are visible here. Okay, and just now we able to push this. So you can see like how much like sophisticated this particular GitHub MCP server tool is. Okay, just by using our GitHub Copilot we can do all these operations very easily. Okay, there is no need to search on internet and get some complex command and do all those operations. So it is very easy. Okay, so let's see a few more examples how we can do it. Create a one branch. Okay, okay, so this is one another prompt. Create a branch name fix issue 42 based on the latest commit on the we have created feature branch. Okay, so let's see like based on feature branch whether it is able to create a new bug fix branch with name fix issue 42. Okay, so let's see whether it will able to do this operation. So it is doing the thinking, and then it will plan, and then it will generate the final result. So in this case, if you see here, like again it is doing some operation. Okay, check out feature branch, then it is creating a new branch fix issue 42. Okay, based on feature branch. And so this is the command that we have to run. Okay, so but if we allow it, it will directly run this command for us on the terminal. And if you see here, fix issue 42 is also created locally, and let's see whether it is present on remote account or not. Okay, remote repo. If you see here, now we have one more branch. Okay, feature branch we created earlier 2 minutes ago, and now we have created fix issue 42 based on feature branch. So this is how like we can use this MCP server, okay, GitHub MCP server, to do lot of like complex operations. So this whatever example I have shown, this is just like small examples. We can use this GitHub MCP server to do lot of like complex issues we can use. So like this we can do lot of operations on GitHub by using this GitHub MCP server. So let's see some different example. Okay, so consider like there is a official Kubernetes repo is present. Okay, and we want to do some operations on that. Okay, so one way is to search that repo on Google and then search and find whatever we wanted to do. Okay, so other way, simple way is like we can use this MCP server in our VS Code. Okay, so let's run few examples. So first one is, okay, so what is this? List 5 most recent open issues in the Kubernetes repository and summarize their main themes. Okay, so we are trying to get like most recent 5 most recent issues and what are they related to. So what this MCP server, why this Copilot, it is trying to connect to the GitHub and fetch all those issues and summarize those things for us. Okay, instead of we are going there and doing clicking multiple pages. So this is how it is very useful. Okay, so it is showing a few things like fetch these things, issues. Okay, so it is trying to fetch. Okay, so let's see. if you see here, like summarizing issues, it is doing the thinking, and after that, like it will provide us a summary of all the issues which has been created recently on Kubernetes repo. Okay, so if you see here, like it has provided the issues, DRA scheduler, fix unit test, okay, then container restart, rules removal. So likewise, like we can do a lot of these operations without writing any APIs or JSON or Python. Okay, so we can do it by using this MCP server. One more last example, let's see what we can do. So consider like we want to fetch issues based on label. Okay, so we will write prompt like this. Okay, find open issues in Kubernetes labeled with kind bug and priority is critical. Okay, so these are the two labels that is assigned to the issue. So we are trying to find out those issues on GitHub within this particular repo. So first of all, it is thinking, then it is prioritizing that, and then it will summarize and show us like what is going on, what is the final result. So maybe like this labels, whatever we have used, that is not present there. So based on that, it is showing the result, no open issue found with the both label this and this in Kubernetes this. Would you like me to broaden the search kind, or so instant of and it is telling us like whether we should go with single this thing like kind bug label or priority critical urgent label. So what I can say, like sure. So based on our response, it will change the query and search on GitHub and return the result. Okay, so instant of and it is now doing the matching with or condition. So it is running those APIs behalf of us. Okay, so instant of we are running those by using any tools or programming language. So all the operations like is done by GitHub Copilot and MCP Server using MCP Server, GitHub MCP Server. So you can see now we are able to fetch different issues, okay, related to no open issue currently have been labeled with this in Kubernetes this. Okay, there are many open items labeled kind bug. Okay, 920 total. I fetched the most recent one. So these are the most recent with the label kind and bug. If you open one of that and check whether and that is the case. Okay, so if you see here like okay, kind bug. So if you able to see here like based on this, like I believe like it has able to fetch that kind bug. This is the label, can you see here? So this is the label. So you can see like how much this particular tool MCP server is useful. Okay, and this is how we should integrate it with VS Code. Okay, so like this you can integrate a lot of other tools also for like you can use for different purposes. Okay, and then by using the power of GitHub Copilot, you can pass different prompt and get the result without writing any commands or calling any APIs. So that's it from my end. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If you have any doubt or query, please write in the comment section. I will try to answer your queries. Okay, please like, subscribe and click on bell icon. Thank you.